Hello. So yeah, this is the first episode of our forecast podcast. I think we wanted to do this kind of podcast, I reckon, for ages. We just sort of haven't had the idea to. Because we are constantly recasting stuff anyway, aren't we?
Yeah, but literally anything that gets announced, we're like, okay,
that's not how I do it.
No, that's not right.
And it tends to be a conversation of you telling me which actors you'd like, me going on IMDb and finding out who those actors are, which I'm going to be doing throughout this. I'm going to be looking at my phone. I've written a lot of notes, so I'm going to be looking at my phone for that anyway. So I'm not being rude. I'm not being rude to listeners or viewers or whatever, but I'm going to be looking at IMDb. And can I just highly recommend anyone who's listening or watching gets the IMDb app or, opens it up on the website or whatever, because we're probably going to say names you won't know. You probably want to look at them, because I'm going to be like, one of my biggest things when it comes to casting is the visual of casting. So like, obviously with a film like Mamma Mia and the sequel, so much of it was about the fact that they looked like the other actors.
Yeah.
And I am a sucker for that. Like,
I will just say, I fucked up in that department slightly.
Okay.
Just a little forewarning, but...
Okay, that's fine. Yeah. That's fine. We're not going to agree completely on most of this.
Definitely not.
Often when we talk about these things, we have very different opinions on things. Also, like, a lot of very similar stuff. But a lot of differing ideas on who should be certain things, and also because we've watched a lot of different stuff as well. So I might have an actor that you've never seen play that sort of role, or vice versa. So yeah, I think we should just crack on with it. So Mamma Mia, obviously, is our film this week. I love Mamma Mia. Here we go again. Right, we will talk about the second one a little bit, but because I was surprised actually at how much love the second one got on Instagram. So obviously we put out a poll, didn't we? I put out a poll about Mamma Mia and a few different questions I asked. And I'll just get my results up here, because I was very surprised to find that the second one actually got 24% of the vote. And I didn't expect that. Yeah.
I do like it, but yeah, it's just the original.
I wouldn't like it over the first one.
Yeah.
It's very rare that you'll find a film that people like over the first one.
Shrek 2, but...
Let's not, because I prefer Shrek 1, you know it.
No, and you're wrong.
I'm just not. I don't think we can make that one right now. But yeah, so it got 24% of the vote, which I was very shocked at. But I think that's great, because it shows that there's a difference in the two. But also it might go towards the casting in the second one that makes people love it so much. Because it is so much about, it's such a good origin story. To sort of look at. Like, they summed it up in a song in the first one. Like, the whole film is the first one in song. I love it. But yeah, I thought that was great. But people also did say that they would like to recast quite a bit of the first one. They didn't say who massively. A few people have
I can guess who, I think. Yeah.
I could probably guess a few of them, and I think we'll talk about that. We'll probably talk about who we'd recast in those.
No disrespect to them, because like they're all brilliant actors in their own right.
They are.
I think singing ability should have been taken into question at some point.
Maybe that's definitely something people brought up. But yeah, I think now I'm gonna put something out there, right? Mamma Mia, for me, is very much the Gavin and Stacey of the film world. Okay?
You're right. I agree. Yeah.
I'm not here for Sophie and Sky, for Gavin and Stacey.
They are very vanilla.
I'm here for Smithy and Nessa. I'm here for Meryl and the other three.
Not gonna lie, I thought you were gonna say Bill and Rosie.
That's a good point. I am here for them as well. All right, that's in more ways than one. Gavin and Stacey of the film world.
Yeah.
I'm not here for the main characters. I'm here for all the side couples. I love a romance. I'm an
Mhm.
absolute sucker for a romance.
Yeah.
So maybe it's a good point here actually to chuck in our disclaimer.
Mhm.
hmm Would you
Mhm.
like to read it or shall I? I'll read it. Okay.
Yes.
Sorry, I just offered it to you and said no. I'll read it. I like to think I have quite a good disclaimer voice,
Yes,
as
you
does
do.
my dad. I should get my dad to read this for us maybe at some point because
Ooh.
he has a proper like the X Factor voiceover guy. He has kind of one of those
Yeah.
voices. Okay. So our disclaimer. We are not professional casting directors. We are two northern actors, writers, and creatives, and everything else, who would like to be cast in something. And as that is not currently happening, we decided to cast and recast everything else. We want to make it clear that we are not the magic genie. We can bring back beloved actors from the dead, we can make them fall in love, and we have all the casting wishes that we like. So here goes. So, we're obviously going to start with the first film.
Yes.
That's the main thing here. Although the second film got some love, the first film, triumphant.
Can I ask, what's your
Uh-huh.
favourite song from the first film? Just to get it out of the way.
Do you know what's mad? I didn't even consider the songs. I literally just looked at the cast. Okay, songs. I mean, Dancing Queen always
Yeah.
is an absolute bop. Like it really gets you going. Um, but I think Mamma Mia
Yeah,
is the best song in the film. I love Meryl.
of course.
More about that later.
Yeah.
But her performance in that song, apparently, I've been looking at all the trivia and stuff on
Yeah.
IMDb, obviously. Apparently, it took her one go to sing that song. And what's he called that wrote it? Oh my God, what's he called? I should know this.
ABBA. Benny
Benny,
Borgson?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Apparently, he like had one word for her afterwards. I can't remember that word, but it was just like amazing or something.
Probably, yeah, brilliant.
Just
Outstanding.
mwah, chef's kiss after she sung it one time. And that's just amazing for me.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think Mamma Mia because that's the one I probably break into song with, and I know it all, and it's a brilliant. I don't know what the word for it is, but I know there's a professional word for the song that someone has in a musical that's like their big song. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Not
It has a
11
word.
o'clock number, but like,
No,
I
but it
know.
is her. It's her big. This is my story sort of thing. Oh my
This is
gosh.
me.
Yeah, it's that one of the film. Yeah, I think Mamma Mia. What's yours?
I know I called them vanilla before, but Lay All Your Love on Me is,
Yeah, you can see why it went viral on
yeah.
TikTok. It is.
I just love the dance where they're like, don't go.
Yeah, yeah. No, I do. It is, and I mean that was probably the next one I was going to go to.
Yeah.
Although at the end, Take a Chance on Me, like you said, Rosie and Bill.
That is.
And do you know what I love as well? I can still Our Last Summer. I can still
It's still
recall.
recall.
I don't think there's one in it that I don't like.
I was gonna say, like, Mamma Mia has the best song. Like, there's a few in Mamma Mia too I don't like, but
Yeah,
or like not don't
yeah.
like, but I wouldn't.
I even
I'd
like
skip.
Fernando.
Oh,
Like, I'm here for it.
oh, Fernando.
Fernando. Yeah, love it. Of course, the Cher impression had to come out
Yeah.
straight on. But yeah, I would agree with. I don't think there's any song in it that I don't love.
Yeah.
In the first one, and as much and Winner Takes It All. Oh my goodness,
Oh,
there isn't one
and
I
that's
don't
an
love.
11 o'clock number.
That is,
Yeah.
that is it. Even with some questionable singing in it, I still love it.
It's like Anne Hathaway in Les Mis. It's the emotion of it rather than hitting all the notes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I would like to say as well, as much as I am putting out ideas for recasting on this film, it was perfect.
Yeah. Yeah.
For a
Like,
musical film, it's a perfect musical film.
yeah, you can't hit all of it. Not everyone's going to be a musical performer in Hollywood. So to have most of them be decent.
Pretty good, yeah.
Yeah.
I think it did all right. I
Mm-hmm.
think it did all right. I yeah. I can't think of many musical films in which the cast has been like pretty spot on like that.
Yeah.
I mean, we've already talked about how we want to recast Linus. I mean, and there were some people who had some quite strong opinions about that on Instagram, how much they would like to recast most of that film. And I see that. I get that.
Yeah.
But this one, as much as we're recasting it, I don't need to.
No. We're doing this just for a giggle.
Yeah, because we want to, and because we talk about it all the time.
Yeah.
I think we should crack on with casting then.
Yeah.
So I think we should start not from the bottom, but sort of from the minor characters. We're not going as minor as to start looking at Sophie's friends and stuff, unless you have any suggestions on that.
No.
Because as much as I love them in the film, they're not very relevant to it.
No.
Which surprises me because Donna's like best friends are so in it, and then her best friends are sort of get a song, and then it's just be my bridesmaids one of the day.
They're not. They didn't go to the baby's christening, so safe to say they fell out. Had a disagreement. Yeah. Move on.
Not too relevant. So it's also questionable how she made those friends.
Yeah. If
Never
she's
really
lived on the island her whole life, and she just has two. I mean, pen pals. Yeah.
But also, why is she so American? Look, there's a lot of. That's something else I want to mention.
I mean, her mum is American.
But she wouldn't be that American.
Yeah.
Surely, surrounded by Greeks all the time. I don't know. There's a few accent choices, like the fact that Tanya's American as well.
Yeah.
I think that's purely because I don't know if that was an actual thing that written into it, but I know Christina, who plays her, is American.
Yeah.
So maybe that was just because of that.
Well, I know Bill was Australian in the musical. Yeah.
I'm a touch on that in my casting.
So
but I do love. Let's talk about him in a bit because I have some more on that. Okay, so if we start with Rosie, obviously originally our Julie Walters. Fabulous casting.
Perfect
casting.
I would die for Julie Walters. I'd die for her. Love it.
I also think it's interesting how much of this cast has been in other musicals as well, other musical castings and films. I think she did great with this role.
Yeah.
I do think it's worth honourably mentioning Dawn French.
Oh, yeah.
Now, most people on Instagram said Julie or nothing, and I get that. I do. I'm with you there. But I do think Dawn would have killed it as well. Given the chance, I think she would have done very well.
Yeah. She did get the chance. The
Yeah,
comic relief special.
She did the comic relief special. That's true.
Iconic. And the reason I thought Chicken was Chicken Tikka until last year.
Amazing. Love that you genuinely thought they were singing Chicken Tikka, tell me what's wrong.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. Amazing. Yeah, and I did have another suggestion actually. Okay. I do want to keep Julie Walters, obviously.
Yeah.
But someone who I think would be very good at the role, Olivia Coleman.
Yes, I like that. I really like that.
She does have comic roots. She has the face, the expressions, I think, for that role.
The hair.
Yeah. So I would, yeah.
Yeah, that's a really good. Consider it like Rosie was probably for casting I had for most. It took me a long time to whittle down Rosie. And Olivia Coleman did not pop up, to my shame.
No. And you love her as well.
I love her. I would also die for Olivia Coleman. There's a lot of people I would die for.
I would cast her in anything. I really would. I just want to work with her.
Yeah.
If you're listening, Olivia, please find something for me. So who's your Rosie? Who are you thinking?
I'll quickly go through my runners up, which again were whittled down. So Miriam Margolyes, Kate McKinnon, a little bit too young, but Kate McKinnon, Elaine Page, short, Mira Sayal.
Interesting.
And this is my casting. slightly controversial as she is American, but she has a comedy background. Octavia Spencer.
Oh.
And this will make
like
more
that.
sense with my young Rosie, because I have a really good young Rosie.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I like that. It's a good choice.
Yeah.
I can see it. I can. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I like that.
Thank you.
I still want Julie,
Yeah.
but I like Octavia.
I love Octavia, but still Julie all the way.
Yeah. No, that's a good choice. I like that. I like you got to that. Yeah. No,
Yeah.
I can see that. I can see it.
Thank you.
I love that I was having to pause to picture her in the role. But yeah, no, I can see that.
I don't know if she can sing or not, but I know she has the comedy chops for it.
She does.
She has a
definitely.
vibe.
And I love the Miriam Margolyes. I don't know how to say her last name.
Miriam Margolyes.
Miriam Margolyes, thank you. I love her mention there. I think she's brilliant as a person and as an actor. I say it as if I've not just watched her on Graham Norton.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think she would have been a good shout as well. I think we've got some good options there. Obviously, I'm going to say again, still Julie, but good options. Okay, Tanya.
Right, I am very proud of my Tanya casting. I think it's perfect. Before I go into it, I would like to say Michael Sheen calls his dick Christine Baranski, which I love.
Oh, I love
Just had to get that trivia out of the way.
I love it. Yeah. Here for the trivia.
So are you ready for my Tanya?
I'm ready.
Nicole Kidman.
That is a good one.
Yeah. I'm very proud of that one.
Yeah. It's very much have you watched Just Go With It?
No.
Okay, well it's an Adam Sandler and Jennifer Aniston film.
Yeah,
She's in that, and she's not extremely nice at the start of it, and I'm getting those sort of vibes with it as well, because she is like that sort of character. Yeah.
Have you seen The Prom yet?
I haven't. No.
Oh, but she's very good in that, and I feel like she'd offer a similar vibe to it. Yeah.
Okay.
Especially if a high kicks in, Does Your Mother Know? Which I feel like she would kill.
She would. I think she definitely would. I mean, obviously, shout out to Moulin Rouge, because she smashed that musical film.
One of my all-time favourites.
Yeah, same. So she obviously has the voice for it. Yeah, I think she would really smash that role. Definitely. I like that. Okay, well, I'm gonna mention mine. I think she would also smash this part. Elizabeth Hurley.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was going to say, it took me a second, but yeah, I know who you mean. Yeah.
I think she has definitely got the look down.
Oh, definitely.
She would do very well in that part. But yeah, I think, to be fair, I think all three women have a very similar vibe in the acting world, I would say. And I think they've all played similar roles. I mean, I love Christina. I think because I binged watched The Good Wife, which she is obviously a big boss lady in and absolutely smashes. And I think, I mean, I love her from that anyway. So obviously, you know when you make that little connection, like, oh my god, that's Tanya, and you're like, yes.
Yeah.
I also would like to mention, I can't remember her name, but she was absolutely amazing. I saw Mamma Mia in the West End 2 years ago.
Oh yeah.
And the woman who played Tanya in that was outstanding. And it turned out she was only the stand-in. And I thought she was amazing. So I can't congratulate whoever you are, but I'd just like to say you were amazing. Yeah, I think we've got some good options there. I mean,
also, sorry, did you know Cher was offered Tanya?
Yes, I did. So I put that on the poll actually, because obviously I asked if I thought Cher was like necessary in the second film. I've got opinions on that. But I said, would you have preferred her as Tanya in the first film? And only a couple of people said yes.
I wouldn't have.
I think maybe having her as Tanya would have taken away from some of the main story, or from Meryl and her part. As good as that would have been, I mean, I think she could have played her. but I don't think it would have been right.
Imagine Does Your Mother Know with Cher. Does your mother know?
That's just going to be running through my head all the way through this now. As much as I would have loved to hear that cover version, and maybe there is in the deep dark somewhere a cover of her doing that. We need to find that if there is.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I think Christina was the right choice for this.
Mhm.
But I agree that those two other options would have been very good at it. And if they ever get the option, they should go and do it in the West End.
Yeah.
Definitely. So I'm going to move on to the dads. I would first like to say I didn't really have any suggestions for Colin.
Really?
Yeah.
To be fair, Colin was... I found all the dads quite hard, but
Yeah.
I do have someone for Colin, and I also have... Because, I love James Corden. Not a lot of people do, but I do. But if Mamma Mia was made today, James Corden would be Colin's part.
Yeah.
It's not who I've cast, but I did have to point it out. That's what I feel like he would have been cast as.
Probably. Very likely. Yeah. In fact, I mean, I'm surprised he didn't make a little cameo in the second film, if we're honest. And there's not many musicals he's not making it into at the moment. Yeah, I could agree with him on that. I mean, yeah. He definitely, obviously nowadays, would have been. Yeah. I can see that. Sorry.
We all look really sad at that. Like, yeah.
Every time he suggests these things, I have to think about them and put them into the situation. And I just feel like I'm pausing for ages. And it's probably like a millisecond on your side, but I feel like I'm going, yeah, I'm picturing that scene right now. I can see that. But yeah. Okay, so run me through your suggestions for the other dads, and I'll talk about mine. Maybe you suggest some and I'll talk about mine.
Okay, so for Sam, played by Pierce Brosnan, who I thought was a good Sam, needed a little bit of dubbing, but generally good Sam.
Yeah.
Ian McGregor?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He came for mine as well.
Ooh.
He wasn't my final choice, but he did come up in my thoughts there. Yeah, because again, shout out to Moulin Rouge.
Yes.
Amazing in that. Obviously a lot younger in that. And maybe if it was made... What's the time difference between Moulin Rouge and Mamma Mia being made?
Moulin Rouge, I think it was 2001 or 2002.
Okay,
and Mamma Mia 2008, yeah.
Yeah, because
not
I would
too
have
long
even... No, but I would have maybe said that a young Ewan McGregor as Sam in the second film would be very nice.
That would be. Also, definitely. I finally watched Big Fish as well, which was part of my lead into, such a good film.
One of my favourite films, honestly. I love that film. Shout out to Albert Finney as the best Danny Boardwalks ever.
I know.
Another musical film that I absolutely adore. Annie, Albert Finney's great. And in that film, in Big Fish, amazing. Ewan McGregor in that film, I think that's the film I fell in love with him in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ewan McGregor as a young Sam, I think, for me. Although I do agree he probably would have been a very good old Sam.
Yeah.
But he doesn't have the sort of the salt and pepper hair that I want to see with Sam.
Yeah, he's more like a salt and paprika.
He's got a bit of spice, but it's not quite the one I'm after.
No spice.
He's not the Salt Bae I need right now. Okay, so was Ewan McGregor like your number one casting on that?
I did briefly consider Hugh Jackman, but I feel like Ewan McGregor just, again, we're talking about like spice, but he's a softie. I love Hugh.
So I mean, I love Hugh. I think some people hate on Hugh for some reason.
Really? Oh, I
Yeah,
love him.
I don't really know why. I love him in Greatest Showman. I love him in Les Mis.
Mhm.
Um,
I love him in Les Mis.
and I think I would like to see a British Hugh Jackman. I think that's a big thing with me for Mamma Mia is none of the time thing makes sense. And
Oh
like,
yeah, everything is plot
I just
hole.
I just popped over to Greece to this random island. Of course you did. Someone else I would like to chuck in there for Sam was Hugh Grant.
Yeah.
I think he could do the job solidly. I watched him in Notting Hill the other day, and I'll be honest, it's the first time I've completely made it through the film,
I've
and
never
I
seen
loved
it.
it. Oh, you should do.
Is that the one with Julia Roberts?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's the one with the quote, it's I'm just a girl standing in front of a guy
Yeah.
asking him to love her. And I didn't realise that was actually from that film. So when she started to say it, I thought she was taking the piss. And then I realised it's actually the moment. And I was like, oh my God, it's actually the moment. So yeah, very emotional. But I think he'd do a good job.
Yeah, I like that. I agree.
But again, I don't think he'd do a better job than Pierce.
No, yeah. Like I said, maybe Sam with Ian McGregor's voice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could go a Scottish Sam as well.
Ooh, yeah.
I would like that. Okay, the final dad, Stellen Skarsgard. Is that his name? Yeah. Does very well. Great for the part. I loved finding out that the bit where he's naked whilst he's cooking wasn't scripted. Apparently, he just did that. They didn't know he was going to be naked behind the apron. So when he turns around, the camera person had a bit of a woo moment, which I think is brilliant. I thought he was great at the part. I think the casting of him as younger worked really well. I thought they looked very similar.
Yeah.
Which I think, I mean, pretty much the same for the all three of them. The only one I would say didn't look that much like him was Harry's younger.
Yeah. He looks like Matt Smith.
He does.
Yeah.
So if Matt Smith played him, I could see it.
Matt Smith. To be fair,
you could probably do it.
I was going to say, can I change my Harry casting to Matt Smith?
Of course you can.
Thank you.
I love it. No, I think it would work. I do. Yeah, I can see that. Do you know what I could also see? Maybe. Now we've suggested Scottish people. I think maybe Capaldi could do Sam.
Yeah, and he can sing.
Yeah, I can see it. But yeah, my suggestions, obviously we mentioned earlier that originally his character is Australian, not Swedish. But obviously because Skarsgård is Swedish and you know, the band ABBA is Swedish, I think they wanted to change it for those reasons. But I mean, obviously originally it was Australian because it was a tribute to the big population of ABBA fans in Australia, I read.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I thought it was a cute little fact. They made him Australian because they had such a big fan base in Australia, which I love. I love stuff like that. So my suggestion would be, if he's meant to be Australian, it would be Chris Hemsworth for the older one. I think could do it. And then, obviously, because Chris has a younger brother, Liam Hemsworth could be the younger version of him.
I like that.
I just want to put more Hemsworths into films.
I love Chris Hemsworth a lot.
And Chris, yeah.
Might be a tiny bit too young.
But you can age him up.
Yeah, put a bit of makeup on.
If they remake it in 10 years, he'd be perfect. But yeah, we can do what we like with ages, Beth. We can take them forever we like.
Do like a whole, I was going to say for Godfather, but it's not that. The Irishman. Do all that shit. Yeah.
Do what we like.
Well, talking of do what we like, can I say my bill?
Yeah. You're worrying me, but yeah.
Right. I stand by this, and I'm not doing this for controversy. I think this person would be very good.
Okay. Really
Kate
worrying
Blanchett. I'm not wrong.
It's not what I was expecting, but you're not wrong.
I'm really not wrong.
Yeah. Because I'll be honest, she was for a moment, she was in my running for Donna.
Oh,
She was slightly there. She's not, but she was there. She was like, she had a mention in my head. But I can see it. I can see what you mean. I'm going to stick to the Hemsworth brothers, but I can see what you mean by Cate Blanchett. She is great.
yeah.
I love all that she's done. But I do think she's very good at villains.
She is very good at villains.
But I can see it. I can see why you've said it.
Thank you.
I just can't go with it.
One step too far.
just a little bit. But maybe I'll take a chance on her at some point. I want to talk about Sophie.
Could we talk about who we could have had as Sophie first, like in real life? I have, in real life, Mandy Moore, Amanda Bynes, Rachel McAdams, who would have been very good, I must say, Emmy Rossum, who was in Phantom of the Opera, and that's my last one, but Sophie and Rachel McAdams were in Mean Girls together.
They were.
Yeah.
So, I mean, obviously, she's gone on, like, Amanda's gone on to do Les Mis as well. Which other one she's in? She's in another musical film, isn't she?
She is.
Is she? I can't remember this.
I'm sure she is, yeah.
Someone's going to be shouting this at me. She's definitely in another musical.
I know Dear John isn't a musical, but Dear John.
She's in
that. Oh, that's
anyway,
yeah.
She's in something else. But, so if we talk through that list, Mandy Moore, voice of Rapunzel.
Oh, love her.
Love her. Great actress. I think she would have done well. Not sure if she'd look a bit old for the part. Not sure.
Yeah. Have you seen Saved, though? Is it Saved? It's like a movie. It's really good. We watched it in RE at school about like, I can't even remember what it's about, but it's basically a high school movie, but it's like a religious high school. Very good. Even though I don't remember what it's about. Really good film.
No, I don't think I have seen that.
I really liked her in that, and she was a teenager. I feel like it was a similar time, but I don't know.
Yeah, probably. I think a lot of these women were in stuff at that time.
Yeah.
Like you said, Rachel McAdams was in Mean Girls. That would have been around the time of The Notebook as well.
Same year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what's the other one she's in with Channing Tatum? The Vow.
Yeah.
Never made it through that film either. Never
For
watched The Notebook. Yeah.
Love
she
that
sang
film.
very well in that.
Because it wasn't her.
True. Do you know what actually that makes me think as well? I could maybe consider Will Ferrell for Bill.
Yeah. And Bill Ferrell. Will Ferrell.
Yeah.
Actually sang in the Eurovision film and wasn't terrible.
Wasn't too bad.
No.
Oh. I
really like that film. I'm surprised by it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so was I. I loved the scene where everyone like from past Eurovisions was in it.
Oh yeah.
That was great.
The song along.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I liked Instagram was pretty much clear on they thought the right Sophie was picked.
Yeah.
And I cannot find someone to replace her, but I'm just not a massive fan of Amanda. I don't know why.
I think she was a perfect Sophie. Like she was I like Amanda Seyfried, even though I like her when she pops up. I wouldn't go to a film specifically for her, but I like it when she pops up. And I still need to see Mank, which she's rumoured to be Oscar nominated for. But I feel like Emily Blunt should have been considered at the time.
Yeah. And we know her and Meryl have chemistry.
Yeah, we know she can sing.
Yeah. Because she's also in Into the Woods. She did very well in that.
Also, thinking of her husband, John Krasinski, would have been a very good Sky, which I've only just thought of now.
Yeah.
She's not my overall pick, but I just had to throw it in there. I feel like she should have been considered.
Yeah. No, I think she should have been. especially around that time, because that's around the time of Devil Wears Prada.
Yeah.
A lot of very good films around that time.
I know. For naughty for such a good time.
They were, especially for a rom-com. Yeah, I can see that.
Mm-hmm.
I think definitely she should have at least been considered for that.
Yeah.
Maybe they thought she might look a bit too old for it. Maybe. But I feel like they were going very American with, obviously looking at the people they've got lined up there.
Mm-hmm.
They're going very American with who they were looking at.
Yes.
Anyway. But yeah, I think Amanda did very well in the part, and I think she probably is the ideal Sophie. And I can't think who would replace her, but I think of a few good suggestions to look at.
Okay.
That's what I mean. Like, they were a few good suggestions. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe someone like Brittany Snow.
Yeah.
Would have been
She'd
quite
have been
good
very
at it.
good.
I think she might have been too young at that point.
Hairspray was the same year.
Was it?
I think so. I'm sure it was, or year before, or something like that.
Yeah, I think she could have done quite well. Or what's she called that's in Pitch Perfect with her?
Anna Camp
would have been a decent option. If not, a young Tanya.
Yeah.
Anna Camp. I like that. Yeah. I think probably if they were making it around the time of Pitch Perfect, I think they probably would have considered Anna. What's she called?
Kendrick.
Anna Kendrick.
Yeah.
I think they would have considered her. And now I'm thinking about it, linking to Anna Kendrick, Blake Lively.
Yes.
Would have been a good young Donna.
Yes.
Now I'm thinking about it. I hadn't thought about it before, but now I'm thinking about it. I like her.
Sophie.
You're Sophie.
Because she's not an actor by trade, but she was going, or like she was very close to being Jasmine apparently in the new Aladdin. Jade from Little Mix.
I can see that.
Yeah.
I like that. She was close to being Jasmine. That's interesting.
Yeah. Really, and I feel like she would have been a better Jasmine.
Maybe. There's some interesting stuff in that film.
Yeah.
I
wasn't a fan of that film, not gonna lie. Wasn't a big.
I didn't hate it. I didn't. I mean, I think it was very much on the same level as the rest of the Disney remakes.
Yeah.
In that it was an alright remake. You couldn't really. It's like Lion King. I loved it because it was Lion King, and I love Lion King.
I haven't seen the remake of that.
Alright, it's alright. It didn't necessarily need Beyonce. I'm going to put that out there. It was good, but there's so much of the original cast still with us and still able to do the voices that I didn't understand why they didn't. And I got that some of the casting was very good in the fact that they had Beyonce in it, and they had
Donald Glover. Yeah.
But why didn't they recast Rowan Atkinson? For one, why
Who
didn't
was?
they?
Yeah.
I can't remember his name. I'm not even entirely sure who he is. But why wasn't Rowan back?
Was Seth Rogen in that film, or am I making that up?
Seth Rogen was Pumbaa.
Oh, that's it.
Which again, I have choice, but I could see it.
Timon.
Not Nathan Lane. That's what I'll say on that, and it should have been. I love Nathan Lane. I think he's great. And he should have been in it again. But I adored the fact that they brought back James Earl Jones.
Yeah.
Because you don't get a more iconic voice than that. But that's another film and another casting time.
You got a sneaky podcast and a podcast there.
Yeah. Sky-wise, I couldn't really think of anyone massively replace him.
Yeah, I thought Dominic Cooper was very good in what is essentially quite a bland part.
Yeah.
Also saw on IMDb Chris Klein auditioned for Sky, and I have no idea who he is.
Who's Chris Klein?
No idea.
Hold on, I'm going to have to
Calvin Klein's brother.
Really? No, you
No.
made that. I'm so gullible. Chris Klein. I recognise the name.
I don't.
Okay. Oh, I know who he is.
Who is he? Hang on, let me Google.
He's just been in he's in all the American Pie movies. And he was just in something I just watched. Oh, Sweet Magnolias on
Oh.
Netflix. Cute little film, cute little series. I love little stuff like that. But I don't
Not a
think
clue on my end.
No, I don't think he
No.
would have been better than
Dominic Cooper.
I love Dominic Cooper.
Yeah.
I think it was weird to see him years after in other stuff and be like, oh, that's the same person.
And he hasn't really aged.
No. Which is another one of those people that just doesn't age.
No.
Very much like, oh, who is it that doesn't age? Is it Jason? No.
Paul Rudd.
Paul Rudd just doesn't age.
Yeah.
And I love it. Love that for them. But yeah, I couldn't really think of a replacement for Sky. As such a small part, I think he's pretty much not on par, but he's near to Sophie's friends in that didn't need touching really in terms of recast.
I have found another Sky and very similar vibes. And I love this actor personally. I think he's very good, but I don't think he has been given an opportunity yet.
Okay.
Henry Golding. Do you know who he is?
I'm going to look him up. Hold on.
Well, we have seen him in film together. Last Christmas. He's the guy who has his heart ripped out and given to Emilia Clarke. Spoilers.
Yeah, no, I would agree on that. I love him in Crazy Rich Asians as well. I think he's brilliant.
He's got that British charm, and I don't think he's been given an opportunity to shine yet, but I love him.
Yeah, no, I think he'd do very well in that. Yeah, I can see that. I would like that. Do you know what? He's also in A Simple Favor, which is where I got the thought of
I still need to see that film.
You do. It's very good.
Yeah.
The ending just kills me every time.
I've seen the ending.
No.
I have not seen the rest of it.
I watched it. I made my parents watch it recently, and I just watched their faces when the ending happened, and I was like, ah, I love it. I love it. Okay. The big one.
For When It Takes It All. Yeah.
Donna, my love.
My life.
What are you thinking here, Beth?
Well, I've gone, is it 2 in 1? Because I feel like this person, I know this person does sing, but I feel like with this person's voice on top, it would be perfect. So, Kate Winslet. With Nicole Scherzinger's voice.
Oh, she does have a belting voice.
I love Nicole Scherzinger. I think she is so underrated.
Oh yeah, I think the amount of people that don't know that she's classically trained.
I know.
And can absolutely smash out Sing for Me from
Phantom of the
Opera. Woo! If you haven't watched that already, look that up on YouTube because oh my goodness.
Did you watch that musical thing on BBC One the other day?
I didn't. No, I need to catch up on it.
She's in it, and I think it's Never Enough she sings from The Greatest Showman, and
do you know what? Actually, I'm going to mention that there. Absolutely killed me when I found out it wasn't actually her singing Never Enough in Greatest Showman.
Oh, I could tell.
Some lass off The Voice.
Yeah, but I don't like the actor that much from The Greatest Show. I don't know what her name is,
really know her before. Yeah,
she looks like Ronnie from EastEnders. And nothing against her. I'm just not a big fan.
Do you know what? I think it annoys me more that whoever this girl is from The Voice, I probably should have learnt her name because she has an amazing
Lauren
voice.
Aldred?
Really. Okay. Her. I'm kind of more annoyed that she just wasn't put in the film.
Yeah.
If she has such an amazing voice like that, if they were going to use it, should have got her in the film. But obviously, if she's an unknown, that's probably why they didn't. And it annoys me. But anywho, I like Kate Winslet though for that.
Yeah. I know she has had music out, but I haven't heard it personally, and I feel like Nicole would just imagine for When It Takes It All with Nicole.
Yeah. I think now you've said Kate Winslet, I can see Emily Blunt more
As Donna?
as Sophie.
Ooh.
The
Yeah.
two of them as mother and daughter then would have been, I think, quite nice.
Yeah.
Or maybe more Kate Winslet now with Emily Blunt then.
Yeah.
Yeah. If we could swap up that time, that'd be good, I think. Okay. My suggestions for Donna. Only suggestions, obviously. Again, Meryl just
For
perfection.
irreplaceable Meryl, who are you replacing her with?
You can't do it. I mean, if we talk a little bit about Meryl, brilliant actress, brilliant in musicals as
Very
well.
good.
The Witch.
Very good in The Prom.
Yes,
Yeah.
I would assume so. And very good in Into the Woods.
Yeah.
Last Midnight in that is just amazing. I think she's great. And I think she's just an incredible actress. Devil Wears Prada, again, iconic. But yeah, I love her. But my suggestions would be Emma Thompson.
Yeah.
And, you might not know this one, Natasha Richardson.
Is that Liam Neeson's ex-wife?
I'm not
She
sure.
passed away a while ago.
I'm not sure. She is the mum in Parent Trap with Lindsay Lohan.
Yeah.
You're correct. You're correct on those things, Beth. She
really
is.
sad.
She died in 2009, and she was married to Liam Neeson between 1994 and 2009.
Well, that's really sad.
Yeah.
But again, we can raise beloved actresses and actors from the dead. So if I could have her, I think she'd be very good at that.
Yeah, I feel like she would be good. Yeah.
And on that note, I can't remember his name, but the guy who plays the dad in Parent Trap would also be quite a nice Sam. Like, they have good chemistry. I think they would work well.
They do, and I have no idea who he is at the same time.
Hold on, let me look. His name. His name is
Dennis Quaid.
Dennis Quaid, of course.
Yeah.
But yes, definitely. I think they would have a nice chemistry on that, and I think she was a great actress.
Yeah, she was.
And in that part, I think she has that sort of mum vibe about her, but in that good role. So yeah, suggestions. But again, Meryl can't be topped.
No.
It's just not possible.
And do you know, on Sesame Street, they have a character called Meryl Sheep.
I love that. I love that you know that. I love it. I think that's great.
I went on an IMDb deep dive on everyone.
The best thing, honestly, if you don't already have the IMDb app, you need to get it. Obviously, that's not to Beth, that's to anyone listening and watching, because we both have it and we both sit through the first 10 minutes of most films and figure out where we know every actor from. Genuinely, when my dad likes to show me films from like the 80s and stuff that he loves that are like, iconic, and often he's like, you have to stay off your phone whilst you watch this, and I'm like, fine. The only reason I'm allowed to go on my phone is if I'm IMDbing something, and I have to show him that I'm on IMDb and nothing else.
That's a good rule. I like that rule.
Yeah. But yeah, that's like what we spend all of our time doing, is going on IMDb when we're watching stuff. And I think it's great because we'll sit there for 10 minutes and I'll finally get the app out and be like, it's this person. And then everyone's like, oh. Okay, I think it's worth moving on to the sequel now, just for a little bit, just to sort of discuss a few honourable mentions in there.
Yeah.
Okay, my first thing I'm going to say is, and I'm quite passionate about this one, Lily James did very well.
Yeah.
But an actor they should have considered who would have been very visually pleasing for me, because you know how much I like it when the actor looks like the other actor, they're like their parent or whatever. Meryl's actual daughter.
Yes.
Mamie Gummer.
Mamie, yeah.
Mamie Gummer. Also in The Good Wife.
Oh, is she?
Yeah. She's one of the really annoying lawyer that's just very good at the role. Either way, if she'd have been in the second one, how good would that have looked?
It would have been
people would have been like IMBDing her straight away, like, is that actually a relation of Meryl's? Because that is too close of a likeness. And then I'd been like, yes, it is. That's her daughter. And I love that. I think she would have been great at it.
Yeah. Can I just say, in defense of Lily James,
Mm-hmm.
I found out her and Meryl Streep actually are related.
Are they?
Better than daughter. 9 cousins, 9 times cousin removed.
Practically a sibling.
Yeah.
See, I knew they picked her for a reason.
Yeah.
I think it's yeah, I think she was a good choice. I don't think she was a bad choice.
I feel I like her. I like her movies.
Mm-hmm.
Again, bit vanilla.
Not a massive fan of her as Cinderella. I'll put that out there.
Vanilla. Yeah.
I think that film was a weird one. It had some really good cast in it. Again, got Christina in it.
Oh yeah.
Lucy Punch, very good.
Oh, I love Lucy Punch.
Daisy from Downton Abbey, very good. I think
Richard
that side of casting, yeah, beautiful.
Oh, so beautiful. Stellen Skarsgard.
Yeah. I think it's just a weird film.
It is a weird. That was like one of the first reboots, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think it felt weirdly like rushed for me. I don't know. I don't know how to describe it. I just think it's a very weird remake. The fact that they changed her dress so much. The fact that they changed the fairy godmother so much.
Yeah, I love Helena Bonham Carter.
But that was
Don't
weird.
think she should. Yeah.
It should have been a lovely, cute old lady. It should have been
Olivia Coleman. Not that
maybe.
she's old, but yeah.
Betty White.
Yeah.
I think we need to recast this one as well.
Yeah, we do.
So let's not talk about it anymore. But let's just say Lily James, an interesting choice.
So yours was So your choice was mainly. I would say I don't think my person would be the best choice, but she's the person who kept on coming to my mind for whatever reason.
Well, no, this is it. Mine was literally just aesthetically pleasing.
The general vibe, Daisy Ridley.
Yeah.
And she can sing as well. Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that. I think I think she would have been good at it. I think she would have. Obviously she can do American. She can do I can see that. She did come up on my list. I did look at her. I think maybe. She's an interesting choice again.
Yeah.
I think Lily James was the right option.
Yeah.
I can't really think of someone who would replace her on that. I also think it would have been nice to see some more newbies. But again, I think the second film had a lot of newbies in it.
It did.
Which was good to see. As much as they had Cher and people like that in it and all the original cast in it, it was really nice to see newbies in there. They're probably not new newbies. They're probably people that have been in a lot of stuff that you don't realise. Or they've done theatre for 20 years. I love it when you find out that about people. No one in this industry is actually new when they get into film.
Overnight success takes years.
Yeah. And I think, again, I'd just like to mention how much I think the dads were very much good lookalikes and good actors.
Yeah, they were good. Yeah.
And I think Tanya and Rosie were quite good. That's something I couldn't think of as well. Sorry, is Tanya American as a young person?
Yeah, she is in this because I know the actors. I was a big fan of the actor, Jessica Keenan-Wynn, because she was in the musical Heathers.
Oh.
She was Heather Chandler, so I was a big fan already.
Oh, nice. I like that. I love that when you know someone already before they're in a big thing. I think it's nice to have seen them in other stuff as well before that. No, I thought generally it was good choices for the second film. But I feel like we need to talk about Cher. Instagram was pretty split on this one. I'll be honest. So I basically asked, do you think her addition to that film was necessary? And I didn't put which way I swung on this thing. I loved her in it. I loved her cover of Fernando.
Yeah.
I thought it was a bit unnecessary addition to the film.
Yeah. Was it necessary? No. Was it welcome?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would I have liked to see more of her in the film? Yeah. I don't think she needed a big reveal at the end.
No.
I think it would have been quite nice to have her as little cameos in like the flashbacks.
I was
Maybe.
going to say, it would have been nice to see her in both times.
Yeah. I think it would have been nice to see her in both times. It would have, even if it was just like a phone call so that you see her hand and her lips or whatever. Do you know what I mean? Like a little snippet of who's coming. We all knew she was going to be in it, so why did they need to save it for a big reveal at the end? I mean, maybe that's all they could get her for.
For Fernando.
Yeah, and I love that she sang that. I thought it was great, a great addition. And I love that they had a guy in it for that whole plot line.
Just to be Fernando.
Yeah, I thought it was great. I'm sad, and it's a spoiler alert here for anyone who hasn't watched the second film. I thought it was sad that Meryl wasn't in it.
Yeah.
And apparently she asked not to be in it, and that saddens me even more.
It saddens me, but it's also for a reason they did go back in time.
Yeah.
Because you can't have made, I wish she was in it, but I'm also grateful we did get it back in time and stuff.
Yeah. I would have liked Meryl to be in it and have the back in time stuff.
Yeah. Didn't have to kill her.
No.
That was a bit harsh.
Yeah, it was a little bit much. Like, they just moved Sky to America. Why do they need to kill her off?
Why did Sky and Sophie need to get a divorce? I don't know.
Unnecessary. I didn't need it.
No.
Yeah, some weird choices.
Mm-hmm.
I think that area of the storyline could have been so much more vanilla when you have all of this throwback stuff. To have that much happen in the modern day stuff was so unnecessary.
Mm-hmm.
I felt it didn't need it because you had everyone was there for the origin story. Why did you need to put so much into the current story? It was weird, but again, casting wise, all right.
Yeah.
But I did have some suggestions on Meryl's mum, like Donna's mum, if it wasn't there.
Ruby.
Yeah. I thought you were suggesting a Ruby then, and I was like, maybe. Okay, so I had one particular suggestion who I thought would be very good. If she was a little bit older, because it turns out Meryl's actually older than her. And turns out she's British, which I didn't realise. She's from Liverpool. Little hint for you there. But is very good at American.
I feel like I know who you're about to say. Oh, what's her name? What's her name? Is it? No, I know it. Is it?
Is it?
Kim Cattrall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How good would she have been?
She would have been really good. I didn't put her down, but yeah, would have been really good.
Could have aged her up a bit, and she would have been if they'd actually made a film where there was a lot of her mum.
Yeah.
I think she would have been cracking.
Yeah, I agree. I did not put her.
I can't believe she's from Liverpool.
Yeah.
And she's like most iconically an American character. Mm-hmm. Speaking of Liverpudlians, Jodie Comer got a mention in some of my lists.
Oh, did she? Yeah, she would have. I feel like she would have been an alright young Donna, actually. Because she can sing.
She's very good at accents.
Mm-hmm.
Could have been.
Yeah.
Anywho.
Okay, so for my Cher, needed to be an icon. So, Cher's very tall, so I went in the other direction, very small.
Okay.
And I have 3 people here.
Okay.
Kylie, Lady Gaga, Ginny Lemon.
I love it. No, I like that. I think Kylie, definitely. But I don't know. Yeah, no, I can see it. I can. Now you've mentioned
just with a little bit at the end, yeah.
Now that you've said icons, I kind of want it to be Dolly Parton. Yeah. That bleach blonde hair is
Boobs.
Would be perfect for that role. Because it could have been it could have been Jolene instead of Fernando. But yeah, now you said icons, I'm thinking of all other people. I was just thinking actors, but Oh,
Well, Lady Gaga's a very good actor.
yeah, I think she would have been good. Lady Gaga could have played a young Donna. She just did very well in A Star Is Born,
Love that film.
which also brings to mind, what's she called? I think she played Fanny Bryce.
Barbara Streisand.
Would have been a good replacement for Cher.
She would have been. I just can't believe you forgot her name.
Well, I couldn't think if it was her or not, so I didn't want to say it.
Oh.
And be like, yeah, it's not her. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I think we've got some good suggestions there.
Can I very quickly say my young Rosie?
Of
Because
course.
I'm very proud of this.
Uh-huh.
So, as mentioned before, my Rosie, Octavia Spencer. My
Yeah.
young Rosie, London Hughes.
Yeah. No, yeah, I really like that. We should suggest that. She should, yeah.
Yeah.
So if London's looking to do Broadway at any point, and they do a musical of Here We Go Again, she should be right in there.
Yeah.
Definitely. No, I really like that. Yeah, obviously, because she's got the comedy.
We've
She's got
seen
that
her
down.
musical chops in a musical.
Very true. Yeah. Very much so. I think that would work very nicely.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm thinking of young Tanya's now.
Well, I had Taylor Swift down. Just
I don't
for
know.
tall, blonde ladies.
I mean, I can kind of see it. I don't know. I think she's a bit too, not soft, but like, she hasn't got the mum vibe about her. And even the young actress has the mum vibe about her.
Yeah. Has the hair and everything. Oh my god, she's not even... Why did I go blonde when she has the iconic hair anyway?
Yeah.
I rolled out so many people.
I can't even think now. You know, just like, this is why I had to make notes earlier, because as soon as I start to think about it, every actress just leaves in my head.
Yeah.
But there's so many that could do really well at it. That was another one I thought of for Tanya that I forgot about. Ruth Wilson.
Yes. Oh, she would have been
Or
really good.
Saran Jones.
Yeah.
I love them both very much. And we know that she can do that sort of authoritative thing. And also, that's a good link, actually. Ruth Wilson, Nicole Kidman, both played the same character. His Dark Materials and
Yeah.
Golden Compass. I love that link. Ooh, I am here for that.
It took me a while then. I was like, Also, Ruth Wilson is going to be in the new Take That musical.
Oh.
Which
So
I
she must be able to
auditioned
sing.
for. I could have been a young Ruth Jones. Not Ruth Jones. Ruth Wilson.
Not take my part, Beth. I would love to be a young Ruth Jones. Yeah, no. You could have been. I think you'd look quite good as a young Ruth Wilson. I think that could work very well. That would be aesthetically pleasing to me. Yeah, no, I think they were cast well though. The young Rosie and the young Tanya.
Yeah, they
I
were
think
cast
worked
really well.
for me. I
But
liked
she
their
was
chemistry.
22. Rosie was 22 when they filmed it. Which is slightly depressing as a about to be 22-year-old.
Yeah, well, I'm about to be 24, Beth, so let's not start on that. And for anyone listening, you're only as young as you feel. You know, I'm about to have my second birthday on the anniversary of lockdown. I know we've not mentioned it so far, but I just thought I'd bring it up whilst we're here.
I did not think I'd get a lockdown birthday.
I hoped you wouldn't.
For context,
Okay.
we're both March babies.
We're both March babies. Yeah. Okay. So, I think we should move on to our final step.
Yes.
I think we've talked very much, we've had some lovely honourable mentions, we've made some lovely links, we've talked about how amazing the cast is originally, and now we're going to talk about the important stuff.
Yeah.
If this film, if Mamma Mia, was made into a Muppets remake, as all good films are, who would you keep from the cast and who would be a Muppet? Now, I love this. I had a lot of suggestions for this and how I would do this.
See, you had a lot of suggestions. I only had one.
Yeah, you knew straight away.
I knew.
Okay, go for it. Lay it out for me, Beth.
Colin Firth.
Yes. So he's staying.
Yeah.
Who's your casting around him? So which Muppet are you casting in there?
Oh, I did not prepare for this. Oh.
This is my favourite thing to do. I'll tell you what, I'll let you think about it because I'll put some suggestions out to you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, here's what I would do. Now, this switched up a few times for me, but I think I've decided on how I like it. Okay. Sophie stays human. Okay?
Okay, yeah, I can see that.
She's the only human in this. Donna is Miss Piggy. Sam is Kermit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Harry, Fozzie Bear.
Yeah.
Okay. Bill, Swedish Chef.
As I was briefly thinking, I would have also gone for the me guy.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, he needs to be in it somewhere. But I think it could be quite funny if he's sort of just one of the Greek villagers.
He could be Fernando.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I love it. I kind of feel like so obviously Gonzo and oh my god, what's he called? The rat. Oh, this is terrible. What's he called? Rizzo the rat.
Yeah.
So I think Gonzo and Rizzo, obviously they're usually the narrator characters.
Yeah.
So I would put them as Tanya and Rosie.
Yeah.
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 I think they work quite well. I think they have the same couple vibe. They have the same chemistry.
They do.
As Tanya and Rosie. Gonzo is always the one sort of leading it, and Rizzo is always the one getting hurt or getting, stood on whilst they sing Tick and Tinker.
Rizzo's the one getting her heart broken.
Yeah, I'd take a chance on Rizzo. I think he's adorable. Yeah. But yeah, Rizzo and Swedish Chef in the end. That's a couple I can stand. Yeah. But yeah, I think. Do you not like the thing of Donna as Miss Piggy and Sam as Kermit? Like, that was my favourite pairing.
I was going to say that's a very good pairing.
Like, the winner takes it all. Like,
the winner takes it all.
Oh, Kermit. Kermit. Okay. So, yeah. So that's how I do it. I think Donna, Miss Piggy, and Kermit as Sam would be beautiful. Yeah. And for them to listen to them singing "Winner Takes It All" would be the best thing ever. Personally.
But can I just say, you've cast Kermit right, but imagine Kermit singing "Our Last Summer."
And he will.
I can still recall.
Yeah, because he'd have the good. Would he have the guitar? No, it's Harry, isn't it? Harry has a guitar. Fozzie Bear with the guitar. Oh. And then Swedish Chef singing it as well. Oh gosh. Oh, Swedish Chef cooking on the boat for Rizzo. Oh, I'm here for it.
Oh my god, when his bum's out for a little puppy, it's like.
And Gonzo singing "Does Your Mother Know?" Oh, and she's just surrounded by chickens. Oh, I am here for this. This needs to be made.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. Yeah, definitely. There has to be a Muppets remake of Mamma Mia. If there hasn't at least been a song already, I'm going to be upset. But yeah, no, I like them.
I have no complaints against your casting.
I love it. I think that's pretty much it then, isn't it?
Yeah.
We've talked about it all. I need a Muppets Mamma Mia remake.
We do.
I think the conclusion we've come to is we wouldn't replace any of the cast in either film. We just have some nice honourable mentions for it, which I think is lovely. It's so nice to see something cast so perfectly. I can't imagine many podcasts in the future are going to be like this one. Because because I've heard both of our opinions on a lot of films recently, and it just won't happen again.
And we have a lot of them.
Yeah. So I hope you've enjoyed listening or watching, or I hope you've enjoyed taking in what we've had to say. If you agree with us on anything or don't, feel free to message. You know, bob us a message about it if you enjoyed it as well. That'd be really lovely. And let us know which film you want us to recast next, because we've got some ideas, but we'd love to hear from you. So yeah, it's been lovely. Thanks, Beth.
Thank you.
Thanks, Meg, for producing and being the voice of God. It's been cracking. See you later.
Bye.